Yeah, go ahead.
So I on our office, our Oga, the man who is in charge, the brain behind Abia State Homeland Security and so many things. In fact, the journey has been so stressful, but I know he has the final say, and also we believe God will really see us through. So, sir, in just a few minutes, something just happened today. Can you tell the world whom you are and also what you represent?
Yes, so my name Mr. Chukwunenyewa Alajemba. I'm from Osai Beku in Umuahia North Local Government, and I'm the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Abia State on Homeland Security, Fire and Emergency Services. So I have been the head of Abia State Fire Service and Homeland Security as well as the Emergency Services since July of 2023. So we have tried to lead this place, and we've been able to do a whole lot. So we've tried to reform the entire homeland security, and today we are commissioning the five quad bikes that the governor of Abia State graciously afforded us. So he asked us to acquire these four quad bikes. We've had it now for a little while, but we chose to commission them today so as to deploy these quad bikes to the hinterlands, places like Umunochi, where you may have some rough terrain, and even places like Isukwato. I'm sure you may have heard sometimes you would have insurgents, creeping in from the shadows to try and attack our people. So this is the reason the quad bikes are able to navigate rough terrain, and so that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's a good one. But how do you manage to cope up with the Abia State Fire Service, which comprises Aba, the biggest city, and Umuahia, and even other areas, but it's not only Aba and Umuahia, also control homeland securities, the ambulance systems, and also this team that are making sure that we can be able to sleep, do our business in peace, and also go
Yes.
back home.
So first, we must thank the governor for the opportunity he gave us. And when he hired me, he hired us. I think it was in July, like I said, first to lead the homeland security, and then he decided, based on our skill set, to ask us to run the fire service and the emergency services. So what then we tried to then do was to reimagine the way that emergency services, security and emergency services can be delivered in a place like Abia State, looking at our own unique situation. So we came up with what we call the Abia State Emergency Tripod System. So that system integrates both the security, the ambulance, and the fire service. So we went further to immediately begin to retrain the fire service men and the emergency personnel as well, because my skill sets is very uniquely positioned to take care of this. And we believe we have done very, very well. I'm sure you saw last year the governor, based on the way that we repositioned, we redesigned the emergency system. The governor commissioned about 5 ambulances, and some of those ambulances, the mentality behind it, the strategy behind it is to ensure that we can deliver emergency system like you will have overseas, because that's where I came from. I was trained in Ireland. I never worked in Nigeria. I studied here. I then went overseas to study further, and I worked all my life, all my adult life there. I have 5 children, and I came back here to deploy my own metal to help our governor. So the emergency tripod system has been very, very effective. We have a call center that runs 24 hours, and we have tried to do our best serving our governor and our people, and we're very grateful to the governor. And that's where we are right now. The fire service, we were able to change our response time to about between 7 to 10 minutes within 2 months that the governor hired us. So Abia State Fire Service right now, up until 23rd of July today, when you have an emergency in Aba and Umuahia, we're able to deploy very effectively and get there within 7 to 10 minutes. We've had a very huge success rate, except for one at 73 Lagos Street in Aba, where our people were unable to get there, and the governor, in his own kind wisdom, visited the people. He promised them he will give them help, and he immediately approved the sum of 25 million naira to be given to Mr. Vincent, who owns the property, and that's 25 million naira has been given to the man. 3.2 million naira to be given to Mr. Obinna, his tenant, who lost some belongings there. That same money was given to Mr. Obinna. I do even have a video of them coming here, and we presented that. So we thank the governor for the opportunity he has given us to run the homeland security, the fire and emergency services. We're grateful to our people for the support. We're grateful to the homeland security personnel who have joined us in this call of duty. The fire service, the medical emergency, it's been a great ride. It did not come that easy. Of course, I had to stay up late nights. Most times I leave work here by 2 a.m. Sometimes I wake up and I come back in again just to ensure that we motivate, that everyone becomes motivated. It is the mentality that took Europe and the Americas to where they are. That's the mentality that I came to this job with. But the most important thing is that I thank our governor for giving me this opportunity, for spotting the talent in me. And I'm very grateful to him, his government, and I know that he will succeed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Talking about fire service, I've covered them with that number. I can still recall vividly what happened. It was midnight when the radio station Enyimba FM got on fires. So the speed, the response, the tackling, and even in Obingo local government, they were all the have countlessly followed them, talk with them, and whenever you call them. So that I would say it's kind of a moral booster, because this is not how fire service used to operate. That is why you keep on hearing they were being attacked, they were being mobbed, they were being this and that. So I want to use this video to also encourage you and also applaud you for doing the right thing to an extent. But you can as well share your little secret. How did you manage to make these people, to revamp these people, resuscitate them, and also make them to be what Abians are celebrating today?
So it's actually not difficult, to be honest. I'm a Nigerian who happened to have been trained abroad. So leadership is not rocket science. It's called patriotism. When you're patriotic to the cause and you're diligent in the value system that you've been given by your parents, based on what you've learned, if you have the good intention, you can achieve it. All you need to do is lead by example. Simple and short. Plain and simple. I led by example. I brought my people on board, carried them all the way through the process. Yes, I designed the emergency tripod system. But if you design something and you don't let people understand what it's all about, it will not function. So I had several meetings. I had to teach them. I had to lecture them on my own, bringing them every day. Most times they were, that this guy, you're going to matter. But of course, I had to do the work, because the governor was depending on me and their people in the Abia. They will not want any excuses. They've elected the governor to do a job, and the job is a tough job. And he's hired people to do the job. He's not going to be everywhere. So I had to do the job. So for me, it's not that difficult to actually get the right thing done. It's not that difficult. Once you're committed to success, once you're committed to genuinely helping the person who's hired you, the next thing that you would have to do is, of course, believe in God, lean on Him, depend on Him to help you, and then to try and transfer that motivation, that passion that you have to your people. So I brought everyone together, and I was able to get them to understand that this thing is all for all of us. And thankfully, they participated in the reform process. So today, the Homeland Security is reformed. The Homeland Security is now gazetted by law, because we fought for it. It took us more than 1 year of going back and forth. We insisted that the Homeland Security will be gazetted, so that these children will have the kind of recognition by government. Because when Dr. Okezi Ikpeazu, the former governor of Abia State, set them up, they were not recognized. Their salaries were not paid, and nobody cared about them. So we came on board. If you go around this building today, this place was completely dead. When we came on board, what we did was we decided to save up whatever we had, and we were able to rebuild this place for nothing. I did not go to the governor of Abia State to ask him to give me money to build this place, to rebuild this place. It was from the savings that we had that we rebuilt. You can go around and check. What is in my toilet, what is here in this office is what's everywhere. And we did it. We did it together with these people. Sometimes I would come and I would walk myself with the workers who were working here. We saved the money and we were able to deploy it. I went to the governor and I said, sir, I've been able to save up some money here. He said, wow, you saved up money in my government? I said, yes, sir. He said, okay, so what do you want to do? I said, sir, please, can you allow me to please renovate this building? He was very pleased because that's the kind of man he is. That's the kind of human being he is. He was very pleased. He said, okay, go ahead. I came here, knocked everything upside down, and we rebuilt it. When we finished, then I went to him to say, sir, please, can you approve for us some money for us to, I think, 17 million naira to renovate this place? He was very happy because he wants excellence. That's why you have this place. The place has been rebuilt. I thank the governor for this wonderful opportunity. It is an opportunity that I will never take for granted. He's a very good man, and I want every Abian to understand that the best of this governor has not been seen. He hasn't been seen. He's a good man, a very good man whom everybody should love. Everybody should study him and should fall in love with him. Whatever you may hear, believe me, every Abian who's listening to me today, if you're in the diaspora, if you're here in Nigeria, if you're wherever you are, the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Otti, deserves your love. He deserves most especially your prayer. He needs that prayer right now because he is a very good man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. So lastly, I believe this is the first phase of this 5-quad bike that have been released. In a situation whereby there's a need for them to call for backup. This 5 is not enough, but it's good for a start. I believe moving forward, I believe His Excellency through your office can be able to release more so that they can be able not only, when we talk about Umunochi area, we also have issue towards Uturu, Apsu area. So we have so many other issues. I know it's just a temporary issue. And with time, it will also be resolved. But this 5 will go a long way in starting this very, but I believe they still need more.
So you see, the governor of Abia State is very committed to the security of Abia State. He's very committed to the development of this place. So right from his assumption of office, he has consistently invested in security. That was why he invested in the gazetting of Abia State homeland security to ensure that it becomes law. Okay? That was why he instituted the Security Trust Fund. And he also said that the Security Trust Fund will be used to deploy resources to the homeland security. So he will decide how the homeland security will continue to run going forward. But I rest assured that the governor will always make the right decisions. And even if, because he's a human being, even if he makes mistakes, those mistakes, God will make sure that those mistakes turn out to be the best. Because he is a very good man. I've studied him very close. I've spoken to him very close. This man, his prime is just not even scratched yet. He's a good man. I want every Abian to listen to me. Governor Alex Otti Wejibo Mad. But Abians must pray for him. At this point, I want every Abian to please listen to me and pray for our governor. I love him, and everybody should too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for speaking to us.
God bless.
You're welcome.
God bless.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.